for another adventure. I'm not sure I've gotten over the last one yet. I've just walked out of Murchison, about an hour's walk, and I'm finally off the main road. The mission this, I don't know, this week, next 2 weeks, it could be 2 weeks. I'm going to follow a river, go over a range, follow another river, go over another range, then go over a pass, which is really rocky, I think 1,800 meters high at the high point, and get back onto the Te Aroa, the long pathway in New Zealand. This time we are definitely going to catch some fish. We're in a completely new area. I've bought a bunch of special flies, and later on I'll show you something even cooler. We might be able to supplement fish with a mammal of sorts, but we'll leave that till later on. This is the first time I've spotted the river actually. I'm going to have a quick squiz. Yeah, you can hear it. It's not too big, just the way I like it. I actually like it a bit smaller, and we'll end up right at the top of this river, because we've got to go over the top of the mountain, over another mountain, and then yeah, back on the trail. Oh, car coming. I've travelled around New Zealand in a number of ways. Camper van, car, cycling, and now walking. And you can call me Andy the human snail, because cars, they just fly by. Scooters zoom by. Push bikes, I wish I had one. Everything is faster than me. Like every video, I try and point out bush foods, and we've found our first one. And this is bulrush. You can eat every part of this plant. I'm going to say they're a bit far gone to eat, but the stems, the roots, yeah, very useful plant. More to come. So up ahead you can see two valleys. We're going to the one on the left. I was hoping to get to the hut tonight, but I think that's not going to happen. It's already midday, and I've only gone, I don't know, maybe 5 kilometers, something like that. On a positive note, the sun's out, it's a beautiful day, and we're going to eventually the Derville River. Now, if you know anything about fly fishing, you know that's a pristine water. The Mole River, and I'm not 100% sure, it's either the Nelson or the Murchison Lakes. I think it's the Nelson Lakes area. I don't know if we'll fish lakes, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, travelling by foot is very slow, and if you make a mistake, you pay for it. No mistakes yet, so except for the bus driver. He was supposed to drop me off 3 k's up the road. He said, yes, I'll drop you off, and then I pushed the button. He didn't slow down, he just kept going. So that's all right. It's all good. I get to see more of the countryside. So I find this very interesting. This note's probably more for myself than anyone, but if you have a look, all these rocks are rounded, and they're all on the side of the road. You can see they're rounded as well, which means a lot of these mountains or hills, they're mountains, were part of either a river, an ocean, or a beach at some point. There's big lumps of this stuff, just big round rocks just sticking out of the ground. And I find that, yeah, interesting, because New Zealand is a very young, geologically young country, and I guess population young country. So when I was in town recouping for a few days, meeting people and getting supplies for this trip, I did a couple of days of walking around and checking out all the fruit trees. I managed to find a whole bunch of stuff, and I think it might be time to eat some of them. I think I've got peaches still, feijoa, definitely have figs. I've got a bunch of those. But yeah, I found a heap of cool fruit just literally walking around the back streets, and you only take what's hanging over the fence. You see fruit smashed on the ground, you know there's a fruit tree right nearby. I haven't had to buy fruit this trip, and I've eaten a lot of fruit so far. Even though they're like green, hard, only have a slight smell, they're still pretty good. This is feijoa. Just bite the end off and then suck out the middle. Doesn't matter if they're a little unripe, that is tasty. Doesn't even taste unripe, to be honest. Nice tang, sweetness. Beautiful. Have a go at the size of that fig. That is a monster. Don't think I've ever seen figs that big in the wild. Well, in people's gardens. Yeah, it's kind of in the wild. It was on public land. Like biting into an apple, but different texture and taste. Very nice indeed. A lot of these bushes on the side of the road are blackberries, and they do have fruit on them. I picked the wrong one to film, but yeah, they do have fruit on them. I'm going to avoid them whilst I'm on bitumen roads, because they often spray, like the council or property owners. So, but yeah, as soon as I get off the main drag, you can see these are kind of dead on the front and really live at the back. So they will have poison on them, I'm very, very sure. Okay, right now I'm having really bad deja vu from the last video. There was a bridge just like this, and it was broken in exactly the same way in the same spot. Right there, look at that. I hope this river is better than the last one. I always say that a sign is a good sign. That's where we're going. Follow these orange markers like we always do. Until I got here, I wasn't even sure there was going to be an open track. I didn't do much research. I just went, yep, that's the quickest way to get back on the Tearoa trail. Come on, door. There we go. Closed. This looks like a bit of an easement. I'll just cruise down here and then we should be in the bush shortly. Oh, starting to feel good again. That's an interesting sign. Beware of the black cow grazing. I'm actually aware of pretty much everything that's around me, but I haven't seen a black cow yet. Let's hope that doesn't mean he's ill-tempered, or she. And check out, this is the first look at our new river. It's looking pretty nice. I like a river that size, even a bit smaller. We'll be heading up there. Just make out that's the mountain range we've got to cross over later. Yeah, the cows are fine. They're watching me, watching them. But yeah, none of them are aggressive. They're just hanging out being cows. I'm aware of the cows. Now this is how you deal with these cows. You go, hey cow, I'm watching you. There is a lot of bees in the grass here, all over the flowers. Big bumblebees and honeybees. Starting to wonder if maybe I should have bought some, like a bee pattern. But then I'm not 100% sure that trout would eat bees, because bees have a sting. And if they get stung too many times, they won't go for it. So I don't know. Now I feel like I can eat some. We're off the road. These plants look pretty healthy. Lots on this bush. And of course the biggest ones are right in the middle there. Very sweet. Oh, check these guys out here. Monsters. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna feast on these for a little while. That's it, we're finally out of private farmland and entering the public lands. This is the last hurdle, and I really hope there's fish in here. It looks so good from just walking along it. My kind of river. Now I thought this trail would be very unused, but I've already seen, I'm going to say, 2 or 3 new sets of footprints while I'm walking. There's the river. The river's looking good. Most of the other rivers have had a lot of weed in it. This one seems to be pretty clear. So yeah, I'm hoping that bodes well. I woke up at 6 AM, caught a bus at 7 AM for 2 hours, walked out of Murchison at 9 AM, and it's now 3:10 and we've only just left the cow paddock. So yeah, perfect time to have breakfast / lunch. I mean, I had the fruit and a couple of biscuits, but yeah, just this run here looks pretty darn good. So yeah, I'm famished, and I'm getting a few sandflies already, so we'll have to get the irrigard out. Oh yep, they're going to be a problem, I think. So yeah, the sandflies here are vicious. There's a lot. They're crawling over the screen, and yeah, they're not holding back at all. There was a swamp back there, so maybe I'm too close to the swamp, but if this is, whoa, there's a bee. If this is what they're going to be like, we might have a bit of a problem on this river. They're shocking. It's terrible. The first hut is 15 kilometers from here. I'm not sure I'm going to make that today, so we'll see what happens. I didn't want to camp in the bush, especially with these sandflies, but I may not have a choice. I'm happy. I just spooked a trout doing a little bit of a water crossing here, and he was sitting somewhere like on the sand or maybe next to this rock. He was about 25-30 centimeters. Zipped around here a little bit and then went out that way, so definitely positive identification. There are trout in this river. I might have to have a fish. I'm liking this river so far. Give you a full view around. There you go. Hopefully we've found a nice spot. So there's still sandflies here, but if you're out in the sun and the wind, they don't seem to want to play ball as much. So we'll just have to stay in those sort of areas. Can't help myself. As soon as I saw that fish, I'm like, yeah, I gotta have a fish. I'm just so excited to see a fish. I'm gonna have a go. Next little section. Nothing on the first few casts, but that's okay. We're only just started. We've only just done 30 meters of river. What I might do is leave the fly rod out and walk with the backpack on. That should be okay. I just had a take. I missed it. I don't know if he had to go properly, but we'll try again. Same spot. And nothing. Must have spooked him when he grabbed it. He did pull it under, so that's cool. We've had a take now. I just spotted two fish swimming up together. I've got a feeling I've spooked them, but yeah, I've also lost them. This is looking good. I'm feeling very, very good about this river. If you want to see some frustration, check out the previous episode. It was a nightmare. Okay, I've spotted a small one just to the right of that big rock. Very hard cast because that rock's like exactly where I want to cast. We'll have a go at him, but I'm not sure we'll get the fly in the right spot. And as soon as I move the camera to put it away, he's spooked. These are going to be tricky fish. Wow, that was, I didn't expect that. It's now 5:15. I've been fishing at least an hour and a half, maybe longer. And I've spooked a few fish, whoops. But I'm also seeing a lot of people's footprints. And when I say footprints, I mean like bare feet and shoes. So yeah, I don't know if people are spin fishing in front of me or even just swimming, that'll upset the fish no end. I'm gonna have to find a place to camp in the next, I don't know, hour and a half. I've done a few river crossings, so yeah, my shoes are wet. And update on the sandflies, yeah, they're everywhere. They're pretty gnarly. It's gonna be an interesting cook up tonight. And by the way, DEET doesn't seem to work that well. They just seem to land and walk around until they find a spot that doesn't have DEET on it. It's now 6 o'clock, and before I run out of these grassy areas, there's they're quite nice, but they're not flat. I'm just trying to find a spot here that's got a bit of flatness to it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to set up camp. Oh, there's a lump. Both of my legs feel like lead pipes. It's because the pack is heavy and it's pushing down on my gluteus maximus on my ass. Looks like someone else has camped here before, so it'll do me. Check out the valley. I'll get a better view in the morning because the sun's there, it's just the wrong angle. But we got beautiful riverfront. Some tall, some pushed down grass. And yeah, mountain views like you wouldn't believe. Actually no, I've seen much better on this trip. But it'll be nice in the morning. I'll film it then. I just stood on a bee. Oh, they're all over the floor here. Got me right there. So I just want to get a reference. of my foot. Make sure it's not too swollen at the moment. When I first started having bees, I'd get stung and not a problem. And then the last 2-3 times, I got stung on my hand and it swelled up to like 2-3 times the size. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that. It's, yeah, not ideal. But I don't think, like being in my foot, I don't think there'll be anything terrible happen. It's uncomfortable at the moment, but it's bearable. So we'll see what happens. I'll go stick it in the cold water and have a bathy shower thing. Tent's all set up. I've had a shower and I really need to put on my night clothes because these sandflies are just, yeah, they're nuts. So, oh, even before the sun's down. It's 6:30 and the sun is it's probably half behind the hill. So I'm going to grab the fly rod and yeah, have one more fish for the evening. Still plenty of light. It'll be at least another 2 hours before it gets dark, but because the mountains are so high here, this spot here loses sun pretty quickly. That bee sting's hurting a fair bit every time I stand on it, which is going to happen because it's my big toe. It's crazy to think that about 12 hours ago I was asleep in a hostel with a snoring Chinaman in the next bed. Oh, and then to go from that after, I don't know, was it probably 8 hours of walking? Yeah, it just feels like a completely different world. It feels insane. Just going to work this systematically. Dramatic. Yeah, probably spooked them all here. We'll move on a bit. This is where I had my shower. Oh, the rocks are still nice and warm from the day's sun. I'm just about to have dinner and check out who's creeping up on me. That's a weka. They're the bush turkeys of New Zealand. He literally walked right over to the tent before. That is about a metre and a bit from me there. Hang on, he's gone around the other side. No, he doesn't like fast movements. He's gone back in the bush there. So it's almost 8:30 at night. And like, I don't believe it. You probably won't believe it either. But the bees were flying around like in the grass right up till 8 p.m. So like I put the wet shoes on and yeah, didn't want to step on another one. I've added nacho seasoning to my dinner. Standard dinner is olive oil, bit of water, pasta, beef jerky, and now a bit of nacho powder. And I've got a few other different powders there as well. So if we don't catch any fish or anything else, it's this is dinner for the next, I don't know, week or two, depending on how we go. And like I said, I'll show you this other thing later. Not today, probably not even tomorrow. I'm gonna wait a little while. I really want to focus on the fish. I've just spotted my first possum in New Zealand. I've only been here like 3 weeks. I don't know why that's not focusing, but that's his bum. There he is. Hey little fella. First possum here. Hey? He's a cutie, isn't he? Can I zoom in more? No, that's it. I don't know what he's eating. There's something up there he's eating. Cool. They're a feral pest. He's actually, yeah, quite big. Like really big. Oh, a bit skittish. Where did he go? There he is. Yep, definitely a bit skittish. Gets around a bit. He just moves like 3 branches to the right. Unless that's a different one, it could be. Yeah. I am studying them. In the hunting and fishing shop and need some more gas. Now, seeing as the trout seem to be a little bit hard to catch, I'm going to do what New Zealanders do and try and catch a possum. Have a look at this. This is what's called a leg hold trap. And yeah, I saw this on another YouTuber's page. And yeah, we'll give it a go. possum for dinner.
Woohoo! Good morning. That was yeah, a pretty good night's sleep. The only thing was, anytime something was outside the sleeping bag or my face was exposed, it got really cold. Everything tried to freeze off during the night. I don't think it was freezing, but it was, yeah, definitely cold. But yeah, very quiet night. Nothing really woke me up other than, yeah, being a little bit cold. Yeah, dripping. Yeah, the sun's up on the mountain already. Beautiful. I think it's going to be a nice day. Definitely condensation on the tent. I have to dry that off before I pack it all up. I'll get to the hut. It's about 11 kilometres still. And then see what the fishing's like there, or conditions or whatever. So not in a real rush today. I think I worked out last night, I did about 25 kilometres. So my big toe on the right foot it's a little bit bigger, but it's not too bad from the bee sting. And I will tell you, I'm going to lose both my little toenails. They're they're going brown and they're gonna fall off. That's what you get for not wearing in shoes slowly and just doing 25, 28, 27, 23 kilometre hikes all in a row, day after day. I feel them when I'm hiking. They're a little, you can feel a little bit of pain, but it's not like you don't want to step on your feet. Don't eat my fly rod. Hey? It looks like a young one. 11 kilometres, we should be able to catch a fish. That's yeah, I mean, 11 kilometres, that's a lot of river to cover. I've got a kilo of powdered milk, so every day I use at least 100 grams of that. Try and lighten my load a bit. I'm just investigating the tree that the possum was on yesterday. If you have a look here, there's moss everywhere, all over the place. But here on the ridge, it's bare. And you can see it go all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. On the other side, it's all moss. So that says to me, if I see a tree with the top ridge bare of moss, a possum walks up and down here all the time. Now I was wondering what he was eating last night, but I think it would be insects, like bees resting, or cicadas, or beetles, because he was definitely like moving a bit, crunching something, moving a bit, crunching something last night. I can't see him curled up. He'll be in a hollow log, not in this tree. I'm going to say he'll be in the bush there somewhere behind me. Yeah, I'm always trying to figure out animal movements and behaviours, because it'll come in handy later on. Another day of hiking coming up. Hopefully we're eating fish for, I'm going to say dinner. Let's not be too optimistic and say lunch. It is going to feel nice when the sun is heating up my skin, because my fingers and toes are really cold still. Don't forget the fly rod and the sunnies. One thing I've noticed this morning is that anywhere there's an access point or a place where you can cast to catch a fish, the grass has been trampled down, and I'm actually surprised at how well worn this path is. So I think this gets fished a lot. When people wear down a patch of grass right where I would stand to catch fish, to me that says there's a lot of fishermen that come here. And I think once the sun gets a little higher, we'll probably spot a couple of fish. I haven't spotted any this morning. I've just spotted a couple of fish down here. They're not huge, and they probably look like they're a bit spooked. There's at least 2 or 3. Moving around a little bit. Let's see if we can get a fly on top of them. I've just changed to a nymph, and I can still see the fish sitting there. There's a little bit of sand, and he's just this side of the sand. He's been there the whole time I've been standing here. And
just as I was getting ready, another one came up and pushed him out of it, and now both of them have moved further forwards. There's a bit of fish dynamics going on here. Quite like these tall grasses here. I don't think I've seen them anywhere else, so I'm thinking they're native to New Zealand. They just have a nice feel about them. I think the game has just changed. I've got a mid-sized fish about 7 meters in front of me, maybe 8. He just ate off the surface. And then another, I'm going to say 6 or 7 meters up from him. Oop, he just moved that close one. Oh, I might have spooked him. There's another fish and he just ate off the surface. So we're in with a chance here. I'm going to keep the camera rolling. Oh, finally hooked one. Woohoo! Oh, didn't see it, but yeah, I got it. Well, hook him. You haven't got him yet. Let's get him in. Oh, so good. Finally, I had like 4 of them just sitting in front of me. Get him in the shallows. There we go, little round trout. Ooh. No, don't go in the water. No. Shit, almost lost him. Okay, away from the water. Beautiful fish. And we'll here examine the stomach contents. See what we should be using. The first fish in a new area is always the hardest until you figure out what they're eating or see what is in their stomachs. Quite hard to see, they're all mushed up, but that looks like, yeah, stick caddis to me. So basically he's eating on the floor. They're pretty small, they don't have any flies that are that size, so that doesn't really help me that much. But I'm gonna need at least another one for dinner. So this is a boy fish, it's got milk in it. How good is that? I reckon there's still a couple more in there. I've just changed to I'm going to call it like a green beetle humpy pattern. Yeah, I don't know the exact name of it. I got it ages ago and never used it. So we'll try again. And I'm thinking if I get a second one, we'll stop and have lunch before we get to the hut. So good. It's only the second day of this trip and we've got trout. We're not going to repeat last episode. Although that had some special moments in it. Times are ticking. I think it's like almost 2 p.m. This is spectacular. Yesterday, the road walking, I was like, not again. And today is heaven. So I just spotted another fish right where my rod tip is, about there, and spooked it. And then I thought I better change flies because the one I was using isn't working. And that one there, that is tiny. That's a size, I think 16 or 18. Let me see if I can get my finger next to it. So it's not quite as big as the width of my finger. It is extremely hard to see. A local guy told me that, yeah, if they're not taking the big attractor flies, then you got to use something tiny like that. I used to say that New Zealand's easier to catch fish than Tasmania, but right now I'm feeling very much the opposite. Yeah, one had a look at the attractor, that's why I changed. One had a look at the Royal Wolf that I had on, came up under it, looked at it, and then went back down. So that means it's the wrong fly. There he is. Right in the centre of the picture. Sitting behind that flat rock. We'll have a go at him. That's cool. Okay, I landed that line on the fish, in front of the fish. He did look at it a couple of times, but he didn't go for it. Now he's moved further up. Hope he doesn't disturb the other one. We'll have to move further up too. I think I'm starting to work this river out a bit. Other rivers, they're in the fast bits with the white water. Here, they're in the slow bits. There's one there, and one there. Actually, that might be a third. I don't think that's one. So there's oh, hang on, there could be one over there as well. But there's 1, 2, and I've lost that one now. Oh, that could be him on the end of the rock. But there's, oh no, there he is in the middle there. So there's 3 definite trout right here, and not far from where I caught the last one. Just had a take from a decent fish, but I missed him. Don't know if he felt the fly, so we'll try again. Oh, he refused it. He recognised it. Oh, he's still under it. No, he's gone. I'm trying to get a take on camera, but it's going to be really hard in these conditions. We'll see. I'll keep trying. So let's have a look. That blue dot is us. That's where I want to go to, and I came from here. So I haven't even gone half the way today. Been trying to catch fish, but in the last couple of hours there's a cormorant. Every time I get to a big hole, he takes off and just flies right over the top of it, like maybe 30, 40, 50 centimeters high, because he's wet and he can't get height. So he ruins that spot. And then the last time, he was literally, I'd say 1.5 meters behind me. Scared the crap out of me. My neck went so fast it like felt pain. And then he still went forward. Like he was behind me and he went forward. So yeah, I think I might be done fishing for the day. I've got to get to, well, I want to get to this hut. If I don't, then yeah, my timeline's way out. It's already a day behind. And I don't really need the hassle of packing up a wet tent in the morning again. So what I'm doing here is I've got a steel mesh to try and spread the heat out on the pan. Whenever I've tried to cook fish in little titanium, aluminium, or little very light stainless pans, it's always had a hot spot, which you can see right in the middle there obviously. I'll get this balanced in a second, but ah shit, there goes half my oil for the day. Excuse the language. I was just thinking I should not spill oil. And there it goes. Start again. Give it a shook around all the time, but yeah, that looks like it's working. It's the stainless steel mesh spreading the heat out. Brown trout in olive oil, sizzling nicely. If you only put one spice on fish, make it salt. A lot of people think lemon's good, but if you ask me, lemon just hides the flavour of old fish. There we go. Beautiful. Very tender. That actually tastes quite creamy, that bit. I wonder if that had the male fish organ in it. And if a fish is done, it should just come off the bones, like I'll show you. You see the bones sticking out there? It should just come straight off that. There you go. Rib cage. And the bigger bones you just spit out. Small bones you can crunch up. This is nice. That's salt, Himalayan salt. Finished it right off. Even the head. You just suck all the good bits off and spit out the bigger bones. There's actually a lot of the oil and good stuff right in the head of a fish. I used to buy salmon heads, and it's literally just the head, and they're delicious. If you haven't tried it, buy some salmon heads if you're in your area and cook a few of those up. And some of the tastiest bits are the bits that are in the pan, stuck to the pan, and the salty oil that's in there. That is good. I'll show you what's left of that fish. Not a lot. Obviously the head's missing because I sucked all the goodness off that and just spat out the bones, but yeah, that's it. I wasn't going to film, but check this out. I'll go a little bit wider. It is just like a mossy wonderland. It is so cool. You go from like open rocks to dense scrubbery and now to this. New Zealand shore has some cool places. This is literally 50 meters after that river crossing. We're about 8 feet above the water here. And this is the path, like right here. This bit there is the path. Every now and then you see a footprint, and quite often you don't. Look at that. Pretty sure we're still on the path. Oh, through here. There you go. So in case you're doubting me, these trees here are well over my head height. Check it out. See if I can zoom into the right spot. There you go, there's the next marker. We are on the track. It just doesn't look like a track. Like, that's literally what it looks like right there. Boy, would I love to fish all these little water holes. Look at it. Sun's a bit low, but I'd still love to do it. It's not possible. Not possible at all. I've got another, I think I've still got 4 kilometers to go. I don't know how that's possible. Maybe 3.5, but possibly 4. And yeah, 2.5 hours of sun. So I need to get a move on. I'm just walking up the river, just in, thigh, shin deep water at the moment. That'll get deeper over there. And just, I'm finding this a bit easier than trying to find markers. And just to keep it real, that's the track marker where I just came from. And you gotta cross every 300 meters. Up to your knees in water, wet shoes all day long. And then here is the other track marker. There you go. Continue on this side. So while there is the really nice bits, this isn't really challenging. If there was a lot more water, it would be. But I might try and show you some really dense stuff as well. Like you gotta, bush bash. Sometimes there's no markers for like 50 meters or you lose them or something. And yeah, it can be a bit challenging. The sun is now well behind the mountain. I've got another 2 kilometers to go and I really hope I make it before it gets dark. I've lost all the markers. I'm still on the right river. But yeah, I haven't seen a marker in, I don't know, over half an hour. So hopefully I can find some markers. I've crossed the river, I'm going to say 30 times on trail, and I've walked upriver at least 2 kilometers worth, just literally in the riverbed. Oh, this stuff is soft. Yep, there I go down. Oh, not sure I should have been filming. I should have been watching where I was going. Into the trees. Oh, I need to find this track. I found a couple of markers again, but what they call track here, it just, to me, looks like a bad suggestion. It's not a track. That's where I just came from. There's a marker over by the water there, and I don't see another one. And this is the way we're going. So there is no track here. It's just a whole bunch of bad suggestions. I'd hate to see what this looks like after the hut. I'm hoping it's followable, because if it's not, my plan goes to poo. Right now, it's barely followable, and I've got a river to follow. So, yeah, we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. It started off really nicely, and it's gone to this. That there's on the ground. Supposed to be up in the tree here somewhere. That's not making it any easier. The creek is definitely getting smaller. It's getting a lot darker. And the crossings are getting really frequent. Like, you do 100 meters through there, and then you do 40, 50 meters through the water, and then you cross again. So we're up into the mountains and we're just zigzagging like that. I think I've got maybe 1.5 k's to go. This is really stretching out longer and longer and longer. I think my first estimate of 11 kilometers was way short. The sun hasn't quite set yet, but I don't think it's too far away. For the last hour, it's been getting really, really cold. And the hut should be just around the corner here. Oh, not a moment too soon, there it is. Oh, fire's not on, so I might have it to myself. Okay. Just scared a couple of birds, so I think I might be the only one here. Oh, feels toasty warm. Don't even need the fire on. Yep, I'm the only one here. I did see a bunch of footprints heading out. But yeah, that last 2 hours was shocking track. I gotta go down and get some water. So happy I made it. There's gotta be a 15-degree temperature difference in there. Wow. It's after 8 o'clock at night, I've got the fire going. And I've got to have a shower and dinner. That's half the reason why I wanted to get to a hut. That's because I can heat some water up and have a bit of a sponge bath. But yeah, it's going to be a late night. This hut is now toasty warm. Very, very warm. Good morning. It started raining late last night and hasn't stopped all morning. I think it's about 10 or 10:30. It feels like it's letting off a bit, but it's still coming down. So far I've pulled the burrs out of my socks, adjusted my sock savers a little bit, like sewn them a little tighter because they were doing nothing. And I'm not sure if I'm going to stay here today or if I'm going to get wet, because I've got a 2.5 hour hike down to the river and then probably another 5 or 6 hour hike to the next hut. And I don't want to just walk in the rain and be wet and then be wet all night. So I'll let you know what I decide soon, I guess. So I've got the tent drying out. Yesterday when I got here and started the fire, I put the tent up. About a cup of water fell out the bottom of it, so it was saturated inside and out. And I've just got the fire going just to get a bit of heat in here, a bit of dryness. I've also been watching out the window. Haven't seen any animals, but if you have a look down here, there's poop. Where's the poop? Somewhere there's the poop. So there were animals here. Just not at the moment. Don't know if you can hear that, but just as I think it's gonna back off, it gets heavier again. It's it's just raining and raining and raining. Don't know if you can see that, but there it is. Yep, you can see it. So it's now midday. There was a couple of times I thought, yep, I'm just about ready to walk out. I've got the tent packed in, ready to go. And then it starts heavy again. In the next hour, if it comes good, I might walk out, but I think today is, it's a cabin inside day. So I've been in the hut probably about 18 hours now, and I'm getting hut fever. I just feel like I should be either fishing or walking or doing something, but it's just, the weather's just not conducive for it, especially if I don't have another hut to go to. Have a look at this, the ground is just sodden. I thought maybe we'll go down and check out the river. Don't expect too much of a change. We've probably only had, I don't know, less than 10 millimeters of rain. But the ground in a lot of places, like where I walked yesterday, where I came here, it was getting too late to film. It was like a swamp. Like all this flat area here is just completely saturated. Like the ground is just 100% moisture. Oh, yep, that is definitely up from yesterday. Yep, she's flowing stronger and it's a little bit discoloured too. Let's see if we can zoom in there. You can still see the bottom and everything. Like all this section here, that was all dry. The actual creek was more like over here. So yeah, it's got almost twice as wide. And that makes fishing, I'm pretty sure the trout just go dormant when it floods and gets discoloured. Get some firewood. This will be damp, but there's a little area where you can store firewood for a while. And it'll dry out before you use it. Oh, there's a big one. I'll take the big one. Oh, and look, the bees are out. Where's that bee gone? There he is. Oh, he just flew off. Got to watch out, I'm still barefoot. And to dry this timber out, you can put it on top here. I just would not leave this unattended, not even for 5 minutes. The inside of these cabins is so dry that any spark or little flame would just ignite everything. I guess now's as good a time as any to show you what I bought last time I was in town. we got ourselves a possum leg trap. Never used one of these before. Pretty simple. I'll show you how to set it.
You put one toe here, one toe there, and push down. That opens the trap up. There we go. Do not let go of those toes, otherwise your finger's gonna get smashed. Slowly release the pressure, and there we go. That is now set. What happens is Mr. Possum smells something nice. Imagine this stick as his foot. He's like do 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 do, and that's it. Grabs hold of him. There's no serration. There's not a sharp edge. And from what I've seen, possums, they don't seem to, freak out, chew their feet off. They just sit there and wait to be, released. So as you can see, it didn't break that stick at all. So it'll be interesting to see if I can get this to work in the next couple of days.
Especially with this rain, we've got 1 day of rain today, then 2 clear days, which means the rivers go down, and then there's another 2 days of rain. So see how we go. That was the forecast when I looked at it. It could change. I didn't expect it to rain all day like it has today. It's now, I think, close to 2 p.m. and I ain't going anywhere. So yeah, just stoke the fire, eat food and wait it out. So the rain hasn't stopped all day. It slows down to a drizzle, but yeah, being in this hut is really quite toasty warm. Here's my toiletry bag. Shampoo, earplugs, toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant and earbuds. And every night, just because I'm out in the bush, I still floss. I like clean hygiene. And I had nice sponge bath before. When you heat the water up a little bit and just put it on your skin and just do it in sections, it can be really cold outside and you can still have an enjoyable bath of sorts. Oh, I'll see you in the morning, unless something interesting or spectacular happens.
Good morning. It's just after 7 a.m. There's still cloud all over there, cloud all over here, all over the mountains. Somewhere up there, that's the moon. It's going to clear up, I think, today. Let me show you the clouds over here. That's the valley where we came from, and it's go time. I got at least 2 days to catch up on. I was expecting to be at this hut on the first day, and it's now, well, it's the 4th day now. Anyway, we got some catching up to do. Let's go. About 80 meters out of camp, there's a river crossing. I made sure I didn't get my feet wet, but all this grass is wet, so my feet are already saturated. Anyway, it's somewhere between 5 and 8 degrees Celsius, which is, I think, around 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's quite cold, which is why I've got my wet weather gear on. Everything's wet and cold. And until it warms up a bit, I'll just keep going like this. Oh, there's another creek crossing. The river actually doesn't look too bad this morning. It's definitely gone down. You can see the bottom. But yeah, I won't be fishing today unless I get somewhere very far, very quick. And did I mention, well, let's just do this creek crossing. Did I mention that having a hut to yourself is really nice? You can walk around your undies all day long. You can have a shower whenever you want, or sponge bath. And the toilet with a view. I don't think I've shown you that. Here's a picture of that. Pretty nice. Anyway, I've got, 35 kilometers to do today. If I get to where I want to, I'll still be behind schedule, but that's the plan. So not much filming, a lot of walking. Still a lot of cloud everywhere, but it's not raining. There's no path here. I'll just go this way.
You have no idea how many expletives I've used in the last hour and a half. This is just terrible. I haven't seen a marker for over an hour. There's a marker at the edge of a forest. It's on a bush. You're like, okay, it's behind the bush. You go in and you're lost. You spend 20 minutes just smashing through stuff that's not a path. And you come out and this is all water. The ground is just a big swamp. And I didn't film it back there, but there's places where like a little creek has washed a groove into the ground that's literally this deep. Like I've fallen in and these sticks have saved me so many times. I'm just, heading to the end of this valley. Like the creek will just disappear and then down the other side. It is like, when I first started this, I did all the research. It's like, stay on the track, stay on the track. I'm like, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I stay on the track? It's impossible. You cannot stay on this track. Anyway, if I lose my phone, I'm screwed. Like, seriously screwed. I don't even know where the sun is. I think the sun's behind that big mountain over there. Which at some point we're gonna have to climb over these hills. Anyway, don't lose the phone, don't get it wet, don't drop it. Yeah, whatever. This morning was a high, this is a bit of a low. I just fell over here. I had my hand all covered in mud. I've cleaned it off a bit better now, but I went 10 meters further and realized I don't have my hat. My hat is somewhere in here. Oh, there it is. Bloody hell. Sorry for the language, but I'm not having a good morning. There's my hat, covered in mud. Or silt, or whatever the hell you want to call this stuff. Look at it. There's a yellow symbol and a fish hook on the front of that somewhere. All I'm trying to do is find this bloody track. It's supposed to be just there, and I might have lost the cover off my fly rod, I don't know. You ponder a lot of things while you're walking along through the bush trying to find the trail. And one is that hiking is like a metaphor for life. It's unless you're willing to put in the hard yards, you're not going to get the rewards at the end. Oh, that's the sun first time this morning. I think it's 10:30ish maybe. I wish I hadn't got lost a bunch of times, but yeah. In life, if you don't put in the hard yards, you're not going to get the best rewards. That's today's bit of wisdom. I can't not film this section. It's like walking into, I don't know, some storybook. The sun coming through the treetops. I think we're in cloud here in the forest. It's just pretty wild. So happy I'm back on the markers, on the path. Makes it so much easier. And we're not over the saddle yet, because that's the creek and it's still flowing towards us. So we got ages to go. 2.5 hours on the sign was not right. I mean, I did spend probably half an hour getting lost. But I think I can see the saddle coming up. How cool is this walk? I'm glad I've got the wet weather gear on. Everything's just saturated. But I'm dry. Doesn't like being filmed. Hey, little guy. What are you doing? Hey? Oh, that was a good shot. There we go. Pretty little guy. Now the going's a bit easier and faster. Taking off half the wet weather gear and the jumper. And if you thought that the light show through the trees was the aha, work hard to get to a spectacular moment, I think you'll be surprised. Well, I'm hoping. I don't know what's going to be up ahead, but we should be popping out the Derville River on a blue sky day. Sign says 3.5 hours to the next hut. I'll definitely do that today. And we're about to see the Derville River for my first time. I've never been here before. Fellow hiker Sarah, when she mentioned places that I could go fishing, she mentioned the name D'Urville, and I'm like, hang on a minute, I recognise that from somewhere. It's the two guys that did A River Somewhere. They went here. And I've actually been to, I don't know, to a number of places that they've been to. The Hauqua, now the D'Urville. I'm sure there's been other places, but yeah, let's have a good look at this river. Oh, it's hard to get onto it. Oh, shingle bed, look how clear it is. Oh, that is very clear. Look at that, and that's where we're going, up that valley right there, and then over those mountains on the left. I'll get a better spot. This is, yeah, kind of, oh, have a look at this bark. This is weird bark. I don't recognise that tree at all. Almost looks like a boab with no leaf litter up the top. I mean, like, yeah, lots of branches and stuff. Yeah, that's different. Okay, back on the trail. Just want to show you another reason why I've kept the wet weather pants on. They're made out of nylon, and it's because of these grass seeds here. I don't know if they call it spear grass, but on the end of each one of those little black bits, there's a hook, and it really grabs hold of you. I pretend I'm walking past this stuff, and they just grab hold of you. Look at that. There you go. Nasty little critters. I had to spend an hour yesterday pulling them out of my leg hairs, my socks, my gaiters, everything. What a nice spot to have breakfast. Oh, beautiful clear day. I'm away from the river here. I might go and have a wander over. Like I said, we're going up that valley, so the first hut's like 3 hours further on. It's 11 o'clock now. And then the next hut's probably another 4 or 5. We'll see how late it is when we get to the hut. And those bare mountains you see, we're going to go around the corner and then over the top of those. That's called Moss Pass. It's going to be a yeah, another interesting challenge like the last video. But yeah, time to have breakfast. I'm very glad to be out of that stuff. I did not enjoy that at all. But after a full day in the cabin with non-stop rain, this feels good. I was actually thinking when I was walking, I've got to appreciate these sunny days more. As the season goes on and on, they'll get less and less. But today feels like a gift. Let's not waste it. Here's a good look at the river for you. The strange thing is it smells a little bit like the ocean. I don't know what it is. It's not salty, but it's, I don't know, some sort of animal life that makes it smell like that. Very strange. There's a lot of footprints on the ground. Deer, pigs, goats, whatever else. I'm enjoying this walking quite a bit. This is quite a nice and well-worn path. Be interesting to see how many people use the hut up here. And I don't know, it's not going to be easy to film, but the river sounds like it's going very, very fast. I'll try and get a better spot up further, but I'm guessing it's shedding some rainwater from yesterday as well. So fishing might be a little bit of a struggle again. Seems to be the theme of these trips. There you go, better look at the river. It doesn't look like there's a lot of slow water down there. When I'm zoomed out like this, it yeah, it looks like there could be, but when I zoom in, let's have a look. Look at that, that's all fast water down there. Fast, fast, fast. Nowhere really for the fish to hide. But yeah, we're getting up the valley. Those mountains are getting closer. There we go. Look at that. Oh, I look forward to going over that, and I also dread going over that a bit as well. That's what it is. And just around the corner from all that fast water, there's this little spot here. I'm going to see if I can get in there and maybe to about here somewhere. See if I can spot some fish. And then watch out, you don't go over the edge when you're filming, because it's freaking a long way. It's about 30 meters down. Woo! That was lucky. It almost went off the cliff down there. Woo! I just about went off the cliff then too. Okay, focus. Focus, people. You got a job to do. Dying's not one of them. I couldn't quite get down to the spot where I was looking at before, but we've got a bit of water here. It's just, yeah, it's just too fast. Way too fast. The fish wouldn't sit in that. You can literally see New Zealand forming itself. That there's a landslide coming down off the top of the mountain and then getting eroded by the river. About the only place there would be fish would be in this backwater here, I would think. There's a little bit of slow water there, backwater. They're definitely not hanging out in this stuff. Way too fast, look at it all. It's 2 p.m. and I can see the first hut in front of me. Most of that walking was through that bush, that scrub. It's terrible. There's the hut. I do wish this was my final destination for today, but it's not, because we've got to go over there, and that's actually snow on those mountains. So tomorrow's going to be fine, which means I'll go over the pass tomorrow, but the next 2 days is going to rain, so I don't want to be caught up there in a blizzard or caught on this side without food and have to walk, you know, 2 or 3 days backwards. So they're the choices I have. Well, they're not really choices. It's what I've set myself to do, and it's just got to be done. Right now I'm going to have some lunch, take these shoes off and backpack for a little while, rest, and then probably 2:30 I reckon head off again. Well, actually we've got to see how far it is to the next hut. That is the next question. I hope it says less than 4 hours. I feel like doing another 4 hours or longer today. It's a cute little hut. Now, either the windows have been blown out or taken off, or someone's home and letting all the bugs in. Let's check it out. Anyone home? No, no one home. Oh, so it was a really clean window. What a nice little hut. This is what a 10 bunk hut looks like. You got 5 on the bottom, 5 on the top. Look at all the space in here. Oh, I wish I was staying here, but I can't. Oh, nice little spot. Let's go check out the sign, see how far it is to go on. There is no sign. There is just the next marker. That's disappointing. Have a quick lunch and just keep walking, not knowing how far it is to the next spot. That is a little bit odd. There's always a sign. This is the first place there hasn't been a sign. But that's cool. That's a shed deer antler. If I was in Australia, I'd take that home, but yeah, I don't think I'll get that back into Australia. 3-year-old, am I right? Or 4, not sure. And probably a possum skull, I'd say. Leave that where I found it. 6:37. There's definitely enough daylight. That's my view out the window. Pretty cool little spot. Here's the sign, only 150 meters from the hut. 4 hours to the next one. Yeah, that river is definitely pumping. Yeah, right now it's, let's see the reflection there, it's 3 p.m. So we should get there before 7. What a beautiful day. You wouldn't think it was raining all day yesterday and gonna rain again in, like, not tomorrow, the next day, but we are in the mountains. Woohoo! This is an interesting area. It's like a creek that's coming out of the mountains, but it's just a big rock field. I'm not even sure there's any water running anywhere down here. So in major storms it'd flood, and then most of the time it's just dry. Like, yeah, there's no creek here. Point you the other way, you can see better. Oh. Yeah, it's just a big rocky ravine that just gets smashed and smashes anything in its path. bizarre walking across this. So 4 hours is a long time to walk, but it's not a long time of the day when the sun's already started going down. And here's something interesting. That hut back there in the logbook, I always sign the logbook to let people know where to go looking for my body or whatever. The last person that stayed there, I think, was 6 days ago. And yeah, that hut, as nice as it is, because it's so remote, does not get used a lot. I would love to come back and fish this river properly. It is just so scenic and wild. Have a look at this here. This is where the river washes the bank out every time it floods a bit heavier. That there's a 15, maybe 20 metre high embankment. Be some fish probably at the bottom of that where it's nice and still. And you got a bit of a fast run in the middle there. And then possibly some nice slow water in the corner there. And that's where we're going. Somewhere across that tomorrow. I tell you what, every kilometre I walk on this river, it gets better and better. It's still a little fast in places, but it's becoming a real nice little trout stream. It's looking great. I'm going to push on really hard, because even if I get there at like 6:30, I still might have an hour of fishing time. It does look a little like higher in the level than it normally is. You can tell by the rocks with algae on them and the rocks that don't have algae on them where the river should be. It's looking spectacular. I think I've used that word way too much. Looking great. It's great. Very great. I would really like to see this river when it's a little bit lower. That pool, that looks amazing. Little rapids and a couple of pools just above it. Yeah, it's just flowing a little bit too hard at the moment. I've just climbed over what felt like a serious mountain pass here. And right now I can hear this massive rumbling waterfall, so I'm hoping that's not a fish barrier for further upstream. It's got to be close to 5 p.m. The sun's just about to go behind the top of the mountain. Still got 2 hours of daylight at least. But it's going to start getting cold. And wow, those peaks with the rocky things, they're getting close. Have a look up here. Right there. That was kilometres away before, and now I'm actually past it. This is the first time I've heard more than 2 or 3 birds at the same time. There's one behind me up there. Just thought I'd record this. The sun's, yeah, still got about 20 minutes of sun left. Lost the path again, by the way. Just thought I'd record the bird song if I can get it. It's cool. Yeah, I've lost the path. I don't know where it is. Could be that way. Could be that way. Could be that way. I don't know. Starting to get a bit dark in here. I've just picked up a whole lot of those spear grass seeds on my leg. And my feet feel like, a couple of people have been pounding them with rubber mallets for the last hour and a half, almost 2 hours. I started the day with my feet being like 5-6 degrees in the cold water. They haven't been dry all day. Now they're starting to feel like they're getting smashed. I can't wait to get my shoes off. It's actually a 16 bunk hut, I think, either 10 or 16. It's like huge, middle of nowhere. If you add up the hours today, it's 10 hours of walking with probably 2 half-hour breaks on top of that, so it's almost a 12-hour day. And another creek crossing. Always creek crossings. You wonder why my shoes aren't dry? This is why. There you go. Oh, Still a bit of sun up on those hills, but where I am, it's really starting to get a bit dark. And where's the path go? Does it go that way or that way? There's no markers. Oh man, let's try this way. I just saw a flicker of colour in the distance there. It's like a red sign. Holy crap! I think it's the hut. I'm freaking here. An hour early. Oh, pushing it helped. Oh, so good. No smoke, I don't think. Can't see any. Oh, avalanche. Great. Let's film that straight away. Oh, hope this doesn't deter me for tomorrow. What does this say? Avalanche. May to November. Okay, so we're not in those. Oh, good. All right, let's check this hut out. There's a window open, that shouldn't be. I always like to get that shot. Let's have a look inside. Don't see signs of anyone. No, 2 doors. Let's try the open window one first. No, someone just left the window open. Let's close the window for a start. It's not supposed to be like that. There we go, doing my bit. And I don't think there's anyone next door either. Let's have a look. Oh, got finger cam going on there. That's it, I'm alone. 16 room hut. I'm the only one here. What do we got going on? That looks like rat droppings. I'm gonna stay in the other one. Looks like the last time someone was here was 4 days ago. 4 people 4 days ago. There you go. I didn't see any firewood inside, so that's first job. Gather firewood. And then just like Jack and Jill, I'm gonna go get a bucket of water. I use this for cooking and showering. Oh, let's see, don't fall in. Shoes are already wet, doesn't matter. There's the river. Big fat rock. Another big rock. Oh, I'm happy I'm here so early. Actually, I'll give it a rinse out. There we go. Oh, she's cold, that water. That's more than enough. There we go. If you're wondering why I'm filming with my phone a lot, it's because this stupid camera keeps bricking itself. I don't know what it's doing. It's not showing anything. It won't turn on or off. Pain in the bum. Fire's starting to crank a bit. And I've still got my shoes on because I'm going to go set the possum trap. Let's see, I don't want to go too far because I might check it early in the night, but far enough away so that, yeah, my presence doesn't spook any possums. This is also my first time ever setting a possum trap, so I have no idea what I'm looking for. I'm trying to find a tree with some like scratch marks or foot marks on it, but I don't actually see one. That's like a little up ramp. We'll put it there. Well, maybe not, because they've got... Oh, hang on, we can move that. Yeah, there's an up ramp. And right here. Let's see if we can set it with shoes on. It's going to be a bit slippery, I think. There we go. And I think let's see. I think we can do it like this. And then I can put this through here. Put a stick through the loop, like so. And then I'll tie it off as well. Little peanut butter as the bait. I'm going to say here. See how he likes that. I don't like my chances because it's like literally the first time I've ever done this or tried this. But yeah, I'm hopeful. It'd be really nice to try possum. Yeah, fire's roaring, slowly heating up the place. I've been reflecting on where I've put the possum trap, and I don't think it's a good spot. It just seems flat, no food for them. Yeah, I don't know. If the trap has been triggered tomorrow, I will call that a win. If there's a possum in it, I'll be ecstatic. Time to have a shower. Dinner's on the stove. It's just heating away. I've got two gas bottles, 2 cans, but yeah, that's still from the first trip. I haven't even used that. I bought that as a backup just in case I run out. So while I'm having my dinner, all these thoughts keep passing through my head. If I wanted to catch fish and there wasn't rain, I should have stayed in the previous river. This river here has a huge reputation, and that's why I pushed on. But again, it's in flood. And like today, I walked somewhere between 23 and 27 kilometers. And the realization is that I'm having, you can't walk that far and fish at the same time. It's just not possible. So I think I'm gonna have to come back and do like fishing videos or hiking videos, or not have a place I want to be, because yeah, if I wait until it's raining and snowing to go over that path, that avalanche warning, that's no joke. So yeah, just realizations I'm having on this trip. If it was my hometown, my home area, I'd know all these things, but because I'm in another country, I'm just realizing them as I go along, and yeah, just making the best that I can as I do. But it's really nice having a hut with a fire, had a shower, feel clean, and yeah, tomorrow I'll probably bang out another 25 to 7 kilometers. See how we go. I'm gonna have to get to the next hut. It's a long way to the next hut, but there should be some amazing scenery along the way. Yeah, Moss Pass. I've seen pictures of it and they scare me a little bit. So that avalanche warning, yeah, I was a bit scared when I saw that as well. If it gets too tricky, we can turn around, but I don't plan on that. So anyway, finish my dinner, wait till it gets a bit darker, and then I might go and check that possum trap out before we go to bed. But yeah, enjoying the fire. Can you hear the rodents running around on the roof? They're definitely up in there. There you go, you should have heard that. Over there and over here as well. That's why I'm hanging my food up like that. They shouldn't be able to get to it. Alright, as promised, we're going to go and check the... I can't do that. We're going to go and check the possum trap. Yeah, I can't walk and use the torch at the same time. Just to film me. I'm going barefoot because I don't feel like putting wet shoes on again. It all looks very different at night. I don't remember this high grass here, but I guess it was here. I think we're going the right way. I am really not sure. Did I say it's 8:35? Let's see, where are we? Oh, yep, there we are. Hasn't gone off, didn't think so. So everything is as we left it. Trap's still set. Oh, there's a cockroach trying to eat the peanut butter. There he is. Get off there. That's not for you. Alright, we'll check again in the morning. Oi. Where's the cat? We have a morning bird. Oh, the camera's not focusing at all. He's grey with a white chest. Our friend is back. There you are.
gonna get a good look at him. He's cool. Little bird. You're not gonna sing though, are you? Not whilst you're on the ground. I think he's eating bugs. Oh, he's coming right up. Look at that. That's 60 centimeters away. Hey, little guy. I'm actually in the dunny at the moment. I've got a dunny bird. That's what I'm going to call him, the dunny bird. Oh, he's even closer. Look at that. That's 50 centimeters. Where'd he go? Hey? I've got a possum trap to check. I'm going to have to leave you. See you, little guy. So good morning. I was actually on the loo there. Yeah, and the bird came and said hello. Let's just make sure we've got the fire going. There's a bit of smoke coming out of the top there. And it's a, yeah, beautiful, clear day. I'm wearing every layer that I own, except for the, yeah, the wet weather gear, because it is very chilly. I heard a bunch of noises last night, and none of them really sounded like a possum in a trap, but I've never caught a possum in a trap, so I don't know what that sounds like. Just make sure the fire's doing okay. Oh, and then we'll go and check the trap. Oh, I can see heat. Oh yeah, that's doing well. Okay. There we go. I don't mind a little fire in the morning, just to warm everything up. The sun won't hit us for a while, and I'm probably gonna have to walk early again. I think I've got yeah, a lot of kilometers to cover. Let's see how much it's dropped. Oh yeah, wow. That river has dropped at least that much overnight. It still look like it's, yeah, it's still in flood. I don't know if you can see it, but that grey area there, that's normally out of water. You can just tell by the colour of the rocks. And even all of this here is normally out of the water. So it's still flooding. I just had a look. Oh look, the sun. Way up on the top of the hill, there's sun. The hut here is 670 meters, almost 700 meters above sea level. And the peaks behind me and the peaks in front of me, the ones with the sun on them, they're at least 1 kilometre high. I've got a feeling they're actually much higher than that. I think they're more like 2 kilometres above sea level. So yeah, later today we've got an epic journey across Moss Pass. But now it's time to go and have a look at this trap. I don't have super high hopes. Like I said, I've never done this before. Where are we? Oh my holy foothold trap Batman. We have a possum. He's a big sucker too. And the little birds hanging around. Let's see how close I can get. I don't want to get him all upset and everything. But look at the size of it. That is, oh no, okay, I'm going to stay back a bit. That is a big possum. Wow, we've got one. Don't want to stress him out too much, because yeah, when I'm not there, he's just chilling, just sitting there. I've got to find something to make him unconscious. Yeah, like the foothold is literally just holding his claw. That's yeah, that's interesting. I wouldn't have thought that had worked that well. And I am really surprised. First time use, I have a possum. Like, I am kind of speechless. I'm glad I got the fire going now. I'm going to have some possum for breakfast. That is amazing. He's a big sucker too. I just picked him up. He's probably close to 4 kilos or something. But that's with the fur and everything on, so could probably be like 1.5, 2 kilos of meat. I'm guessing. I've never done a possum before, but trying to get this guy in the shot. It's a bit hard. He's a big possum. From now on, I shall be called Andy Boone. We're having possum for breakfast. I know one guy that'd be really quite happy to have a go. Hey Noah, look at this. Breakfast for 2 at least. I reckon Mum would have a go as well. She doesn't mind trying new things. It's only fair. Introduced from Australia, eaten by an Australian.
Just wanted to get you guys a better look at the possum. There you go. That's a much better angle with the sun and everything. I'm going to skin him and then cook him up. This will be interesting. I can actually smell him. He's definitely a male. He's got like that musk scent on his chest, and yeah, nice grey coat. And here we go. This is the possum. Pretty much the same position as last time. I did get a bit of grass on him, and next time if I get one, I was surprised at how quickly and easily the fur came off. Got a little bit frustrated and just got fur everywhere, so I just started just ripping it off. But yeah, next time I'm going to leave the skin on and see if I can roast it whole. So I made a bit of a mess of skinning it. The skin came off in 2 parts, but we've got the heart and the liver. The kidneys I accidentally threw out, which I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, time to cook up some possum. So on the left side we've got an assortment of legs, both front and back legs. In the middle there's a white piece of fat. Then at the top right there's a heart and the liver. And we're going to cook that up. I'm just using the burner. The stove was too low and it's taking too long to get up to heat. Now, I had a smell of this before, and before I started cooking, it smelt a little tiny bit like lamb, but not nearly as strong. It's a very mild flavour. It's going to take a while. We're going to have a slow start. Let's go outside and see what the weather's doing. Beautiful blue sky. Sun's getting up a bit. It's I think it's around 9:30, quarter to 10. So we're having a really late start today. I hope that that possum powers me over the hill. And even this morning, since I filmed early, I reckon that's dropped another inch. I would love to fish this river. It's just so spectacular looking with all these like shingle grey rocks, crystal bluey aqua water, and then the backdrop of these mountains. Oh, you can't do everything in life. It's just not possible. But you got to give a lot of things a go. Otherwise, how do you know if you like them or not? See, the thing is, I don't know if I like possum until I've tried it, and I'll be trying it very soon. Just sprinkling a little bit of Himalayan salt on here, enhance the flavour. But like with my fish and pretty much all food, I like to taste the flavour of the food before I go adding lots of ingredients and flavours onto it. So I've used this second pan as like a little oven. Oh, fogged up. I might get rid of that. A little bit more salt, and I reckon we're just about ready to eat. I'll just cook the liver and heart quickly and let that cool down a little bit. That's looking tasty. Nice brown bits on there, still fat. Yummy. Salty possum fat with heart. So I've cut up the rest of the possum. These are what I'm going to call hindquarters. 2 of those to a bag. And in the other bag we have ribs, loin and backstrap. The loin is pretty small. Oh, I just dropped a bit of fat. Let's save that. And all I'm going to do is add a bunch of salt and some flavours, and these will marinate today and maybe tomorrow. If I was staying in one spot, I would make a really nice soup out of that, but there's not a terrible lot of meat. There's way more meat here. So yeah, I'm gonna go bury that. Liver and heart and legs of possum. I was going to do it by the river, but the river's really noisy, so let's try it here. Bit of heart. Can't say it's particularly like anything else, but it's really nice. Oily, not too much salt. Another bit of heart. Heart's a bit chewy sometimes, because it's got all those muscles and tendons all combined. Yeah, I can't give you a really good description of that. Somewhere between chicken and meat, like beef. Let's try a bit of liver. Tastes like liver. I'm personally not a liver type of guy. I would have much rather kept the kidneys. I find liver's really rich in iron, too much for my taste buds. And then you get this sort of powdery texture at the end. But let's try a drumstick of possum. Oh, that is tough meat. That is seriously tough meat. Wow. Okay. Flavor's great. I think all I'm tasting is the fat off the possum and a little bit of salt. But possum is going to have to be stewed. So, yeah. I'm going to take these bits with me. And wherever I end up, I think I'll end up stewing them for like an hour or two. That is really tough, like stringy. I really like oil with a bit of salt, so I'm really enjoying it. But when you hit that meaty flavour, again, hard to describe, hard to place it exactly. Definitely not exactly lamb, or very far away from lamb. Probably more pork, actually. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go with pork on that. Yep. And eat them as I walk. It is now after 11 o'clock. I guarantee it's probably later than that. I need to get a move on. Been going about 15 minutes, and it goes from enchanted forest to impossible cliff, hang around, walk around, climb around, crawl around scenarios. I was coming up to this side creek and thinking, how am I going to cross with that noise? Like, it's raging, this one. And there's a nice little bridge. How good is that? Thank you. Thank you, people who built the bridge. But at some point, I'm going to have to get across that in the main river. The main river's down there. Look at it. Massive logs washed down, broken off. Beautiful and sunny though. It's a great day to be alive. I wouldn't want it any other way, except for maybe getting out of camp a bit earlier and catching that possum last night and cooking it all night long for a delicious melt in your mouth breakfast. Check out how clear the water is in this side channel. Almost doesn't look like there's water there, but there is. I've got about 1 kilometre left before I find out whether I can cross this river or not. And yeah, poles crossed, hoping that I can, because otherwise I've got to backtrack a long way. I so much want to fish this, but I just don't have the time. It's now midday and I've got to just keep pushing on. Just check out the water. Spectacularly, amazingly great. Look at that. Heading that way. I see a man-made structure. It's a swing bridge. Woo! I get to attempt Moss Pass. I just hope it's not named ironically and it should be renamed Snow Pass. I can't see snow up there at the moment, but they do that sometimes. They call it Moss Pass and really it should be Snow Pass. This is going to be hard, people. 8 hours to Blue Lake Hut. I hadn't anticipated that. Okay, that's a long time. Oh man, we'll see how we go. Yeah, that puts me arriving at the first hut, which I wasn't going to stay to, at 8 PM tonight. Oh, I hope I can make up some time. Hope I don't drop my phone. Hope I don't fall off. Oh, all these things going through my head. Yeah, I can't film all those, it's just too wobbly. And losing the phone is just disaster, so we made it. This section is so challenging. It's a 30 to 45 degree angle straight up. And I think this is gonna be the easy bit. I had a look at a map and I've got one little creek that's my last chance to get water. I'm hoping that's got some in it. The last one was just a bit of a trickle. But because the river's raging, I'm thinking the hills are, seeping water out. But if this takes me 8 hours, I'm gonna be stuffed. I'm about 200 meters vertically from the edge of the tree line. And that's the path forward. That's more than 45 degrees. That's like, these sticks become useless and I'm just scrambling up there on my hands and knees. And I don't know how much elevation I've done, but it drops, like that's the camera's level and the ground drops the angle of my sticks there. It's insane. I really don't want to backtrack, but I'm starting to wonder what's ahead of me. Hey look, I found Mr. Miyagi's bonsai tree. There it is. Happy and healthy. Oh, I need to have a bit of humour in times like this. It was right where he said it would be, on the edge of an inaccessible cliff. Can you see the marker down there? That marker is about 6 foot below my foot height. How do we zoom in? Here we go. That marker's 6 foot below my foot height. And that's level there. It just drops straight off. And Mr. Nagi's tree is right there. Miyagi. Get it right. Miyagi. This walk started fairly easy along the river. There was a couple of hard bits, but most of it was pretty good. And I'm into my chocolate already. I think I'm giving myself a double ration of chocolate today. I just need that energy. You can see some of the elevation we've gained behind us. This is literally the first time I feel safe to pull the camera out while I'm moving. And we're starting to lose the trees a little bit. They're getting smaller. And I'm just wondering if I've made a mistake not taking water earlier. There is a little creek marked on the map, but there's no guarantee that there'll be water in it. I would hate to attempt an 8-hour hike over Moss Pass, sweating, puffing with no water. That would be a bad idea. I'm gonna have to stop filming. It's just up and up and up. I'll give you a quick look at the view. There's still snow on the peaks over there. There you go. That's snow up there. And it's rugged, really rugged. This place is just incredible. I think I can hear water. Let's go a little further. Oh, it's almost certain that's water. It's got to be water, can't be the wind. Oh, so good. My gamble paid off. And look at this, a little bit of downhill. Oh, so good for the legs. Oh, this sounds like a big running brook with little waterfalls and everything. Oh, so glad I've got water. Here we go, look at it. It's powering. What a nice little spot. Beautiful. And while we're at it, I'll film up the hill. That's Moss Pass up there. We are crossing somewhere in that gap. Either that way or that way. Big mountain. And I just had a look at the map. I've done not quite half the height of going up. And we've done it in an hour and a half. So it's looking like well, I'm hoping between 6 and 7 hours for this pass instead of the 8. Having said that, for me, down can be slower than up because you just don't want to fall forward with your face on rocks. If you slip going up, you got a little way to fall, but if you slip the other way, you got a long way to fall. And I think I've found Mr. Miyagi's other tree. Check this one out. This one is really quite cool as well.
Have you seen a more picturesque little tree than that? That water is just crystal clear, and he's got his belly right in the creek. That is so cool. I bet you that tree's been photographed like at least 1,000 times. So my iPhone just told me it's full, and when I turned this camera on, it freaked out and shut, like didn't even turn on. But I had to film this little spot here as well. I bet you this place has been filmed a lot. It belongs in some sort of kid's fairy tale or storybook or something. I'm gonna have to try and delete some files off my phone because it's a lot handier to use the phone, and it's less power hungry than these stupid things. I don't know, I think I'm gonna stop using GoPros. They're a pain in the ass. Every time you want it to work, yeah, anyway. I've had it. I bought so many over the years. I'm going to try a different system. I've heard other people talk about snowberries, and I think I might have just discovered some. Let's see, we'll pick a few. It's like a really short ground cover plant. I might put one in my mouth and see if it has what sort of taste it has. But I'm not going to swallow it or anything. Fresh, slightly fruity, not spectacular. Let's try another one. I'm tempted to eat more of them, but I won't. I've actually swallowed some of that. It's like a very slight hint of banana. Yeah, I reckon they're edible. Anyway, if I have hallucinations, that's why. Down the track. It's time to get some vitamin D, get the shirt off, full sun. I've been told on this trip, the sun is so bad in New Zealand. I hardly ever put sunscreen on when I'm here. If you go out in the sun at home 20 minutes, you're done for a couple of days. Anyway, look at the amazing views. I just enjoying this bit of grass before we head back into the trees, and then we'll be above the tree line. And I've got a feeling it's going to be, yeah, just plain old rocks. That steep climb through the forest straight away doesn't feel so bad anymore. It's amazing how a little bit of, I wouldn't say flat ground, this is about 20 degrees, and sun and grass just changes your mood. Plus, look at that. You can't stay mad at that, no matter how hard it is. Oh, okay, I think it's definitely going to get harder though. Keep going. I wasn't expecting that. Look at it. It's like a lush green heath field. It's on a bit of a steep slope. Let's see where the markers are. There's a marker there. Oh no. Did we go that way? I don't see another marker. I want to go that way. That way looks easy. Update coming shortly. I don't. Oh, we do have to climb up the rocks here. Why? That looks so good that way. There's another marker up there. What's wrong with people? Go the easy way. Okay, stay on the path. Oh man. I've only gone 50 meters up that steep slope, but if this is the reason why, I'm okay with it. Check out this view. That's the river I just came from, the Derville. Goes way up in that valley, and the mountains are just spectacular. Goes all the way around. Wow, this is a special place. Can hear the wind up there. There's yeah, some serious wind. Almost looks like there's a hut right up the top there. I'll get a photo of that if we get closer, like a weather station maybe.
Tough going, but it's so beautiful. And I think the idea is not to follow those markers exactly, otherwise you just go straight up and down cliffs. You sort of go around boulders where other people have gone. I've gone over a couple of like, yeah, rocky crags straight over the top, only to have to go down the other side. So yeah, I guess follow where other people have been, but that gets you lost as well. Done that a few times and you just end up off the track because 5 people do it, 10 people do it, and then suddenly there's a path going to nowhere. Oh, it's hard work. Every 5 or 6 minutes I'm having to stop for, I don't know, a minute, 30 seconds, and I just realised why. We're almost 6,000 feet or 1,800 metres above sea level, and I'm used to spending most of my time at sea level and sometimes a little bit below. But you don't get this anywhere else. I'd say we're 90% of the way there, maybe even 95% of the way there. It's hard to believe it's forecast rain the next 2 days. I've got to find someone who has a new update because it might have changed. Everywhere I go I pick up weird looking rocks, and this one I'm going to say is full of ore. That looks like an ironstone with definite ore through it. My grandfather used to be a geologist and I think it's rubbed off on me a bit. I enjoy looking for gold, and yeah, I do alright at it. I think we're just about at the top of Moss Pass, New Zealand. Let's experience it together. There we are. We are at the very top, or at the little middle bit of Moss Pass, and we're going down there somewhere. That was epic. That's where we came from, and massive mountain right beside us. I'm gonna have my standard lunch here, rest for, I don't know, I say 5-10 minutes, but it'll be like 20 minutes. It's after 3:30. It'll be way after 4 o'clock before I head off from here. So hopefully the way down doesn't take me 4 hours, although I think it probably will. It's all loose rock, and then if there's a forest bit like earlier, that's going to slow me down even more. But I know I can do Moss Pass now, well, up bit anyway. I was a bit nervous about it, and this bit here, other than being really tiring and having to stop, was really quite nice. Yeah, highly recommend doing Moss Pass. Maybe not if you're a smoker. It's a good old workout on the heart and lungs for sure. While I do feel like I'm in a bit of a rush, I'd be mad not to stop up here for a little while and just take it in. There's a good chance I won't get back up to a place like this for a long time, if ever. It's a massive trip. Like, you can't just walk in one day and walk out of this place. It just doesn't work. Up one river, over a hill, down the next river. Madness. The other thing I found incredible, in the huts there, they've got these posters about different animals, and there's a black-eyed alpine gecko. I think I might have got that right, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like, they live above the tree line in these rocks. I'm like, how do they survive? And then today, walking along, there was thousands of what I'm going to call alpine grasshoppers. I haven't seen them anywhere else. They're literally just in the alpine grass here, and a few like violety purple looking little cicadas. And I guarantee I walked over like thousands of grasshoppers, there'd be hundreds of geckos all munching those up at night. So yeah, it's interesting. The world is an amazing place. Have I shown you the bit over the hill where I've got to go next? It looks insane. I'll get the phone out and try and zoom in on it. it looks like the edge of the world and you just fall off it. Hopefully not. Straight after lunch over that little cliff that I said, like I'm literally going down on my ass sometimes, trying not to gain momentum and roll down the hill. This is probably the most dangerous it's been so far. It's not a high cliff, but if things start sliding and I'm in it, yeah, bad news. I've got 100 meters to go down. I don't know how far where I've come from. This is very slow and dangerous. Like everything here just wants to move downhill. It just, yeah, like, that's what I'm sitting on. That camera just failed on me again. I think I'll just throw it in the bin when I get home. Oh, I was just trying to get a bit of perspective here. I reckon it's taken me 20 minutes to get down here, and it's very hard to get a good representation of what this looks like. That's the track marker there, and that is like a 50-degree angle. Every second rock is loose. I've still got, I don't know, 150 meters that way to go, maybe 50, 60 meters that way to go. Yeah, not recommended for people with bad knees. Not at all. I can feel my knees. They're still holding in there. But yeah, if you've got any sort of knee pain, I do not recommend doing Moss Pass. At least not this way. Coming up this way, maybe alright. But coming down this way, no way. Well, the path giveth and the path taketh away. There's Blue Lake, and you can just see a little tiny piece of Lake Constance there. Sun's gone behind the hill, and all my joy disappeared on that rock slidey, scree death field. It's starting to come back now. It's not easy going down here because it's quite slippery. There's no defined path. Yeah, well, there's a few rocky bits, but there's a lot of just, you have to walk on grass. There's just there's no full-on track. I'm just hanging out here, waiting for the clouds to disappear for a photo of Blue Lake. If I keep going down, I end up going down there, and yeah, the view's not as good. It'll get down to at least 5 degrees tonight, I reckon. Anyway, I've got probably an hour to go. What did I say? 5 o'clock? It's 5 o'clock now. So I think this down, well, actually I have no idea how long I've got to go, but the hut can't be that far away because we are so close to the lake. So I'm giving myself another hour. I should get there by 6-ish. Good morning, it's day 6 of hike number 2 in New Zealand, and the cloud just caught up to me. It's the thing. If you like B-grade horror movies, I want to get into the sun. I had a lovely night in the hut with a bunch of people yesterday. Thank you, Sebastian, for the guitar playing, and Sabrina. I'm too young to be an inspiration. Anyway, we're headed up Wayu Pass and see how we go from there. There should be a river on the other side, a nice river. It was nice and clear just as I started this video, and now like we're literally in the cloud. The cloud is rising up from the valley. The hut was down there somewhere. Freaking cold. My thumbs are feeling like frozen off. Rest of me's okay, but yeah, thumbs are exposed. Note to self, bring gloves when hiking in New Zealand, no matter what time of the year. Even if they weigh 50 grams or 100 grams. You can imagine what it's like hiking here in winter when there's snow everywhere. The visibility would be less than half of this. The posts I can only see 30 meters away. So lucky the path is defined here. Otherwise you get lost quite a bit, I reckon. And that's what it looks like behind me. Probably can't see much with the sunlight the way it is. Just happy it doesn't feel like it's going to rain. We're just in a bit of low cloud. Oh, drop my stick. Don't drop your stick. I've just realised something. New Zealand makes you stop and appreciate itself. You cannot walk up, I don't know, 500 metres without stopping a bunch of times. And the view is pretty gobsmacking. There's a new word. Haven't used that word for a while, ever. I'm not sure. Anyway, looking down the lake, shimmering blue. And we have to do this to get to the next river. You gotta go over and then back down, and then you're in the river. I'm not sure if I've shown water much this trip, but you can see it's literally just seeping out of the ground. Like, this is groundwater coming out of the hill. Perfectly safe to drink. And this is where it's going. Straight into Lake Constance, through the weird cloud that hugs the ground and goes uphill and then down and stops, into Blue Lake. And we are going around the corner and then probably to the right of that pointy, oh, got my hand right in front of it. Just to the right of that pointy hill, I reckon. Right now, my legs, I can feel my legs going uphill, but feeling good, enjoying the sun. So I just came down there, and then across here and over this way. And I thought it couldn't get worse than that one. And now we've got to go down here. Like, it's a cliff with some scree on it. Oh man. Eventually we'll go up there, but I really hope I don't fall down here. That is steep. Like, yeah, that's it. I don't know, 75 degrees, maybe 80. Some of that, it's just nuts. So I made it down that bit, almost down to the lake. But have a look at this this waterfall here. Where does that water come from? New Zealand is pretty breathtaking. Look at that. And for perspective, I think I've just spotted the pass in the distance there. Well, part of the pass anyway. See that bit of scree, the big grey bit in the middle of the screen? Going close enough, you'll see a squiggly line on the right hand side going up. That's the path. It goes up there and then possibly, I don't know, one of those lower bits, although none of them are lower. This is an interesting spot. I'm in the bottom of a valley and it's literally surrounded almost 340 degrees by mountains. But the thing is, like, there's no trees up on top of the mountains. It's just rock. And there's water coming out of here, out of over there. Right up the end there's a waterfall. And here there's a waterfall. It's just, I'm surrounded by giant rocky peaks with water just coming out of the hills. It's, yeah, very interesting. Now to start the climb. I'm trying to put it off. I know I keep saying it, but holy avalanches, Batman, that was hard. The path is down behind that orange marker. It's a scree slope on a cliff face. I'm getting to the top though, so I've probably only got like 100, 200 metres of elevation to go. This is hard work. We came from behind that ridge there, over in that next valley. That's where we came from this morning. And we got at least another 10 kilometers to the hut. I'm not sure I'm gonna make it. It's just gone 12:30. I think when I get to the top here, I'll have lunch. But oh, check the mountains out on this side too. Have a look at this. Look at that. It's freaking wild. And yep, zoom in, there's snow. We're going up there somewhere. I have to film this. There's about, I don't know, still another 100, 150 meters of elevation. But, where are they? There's people up there. Little black dot there, right in the middle. Just coming over the pass. Oh, stay up there, we can have a chat. If you come down here, I'll be too stuffed.
I started up there 5 minutes ago, so you know.
Yeah, I saw you come over. I'm like, what's that? There's a person up there.
I know. There's two people up there.
Yeah. Hey, how you enjoying today?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty bloody good day.
Yeah.
The sun's perfect. The weather conditions for this are perfect.
Yeah. Just very slippery and screedy. So this spot was just after the summit, a little way off the track, and it's very hard to portray a spot in its natural beauty with the feelings you get while sitting there. The sound you hear is actually a little babbling brook, super clear and just falling off the edge of the cliff into nowhere. I wish I had a camera person to record that. That was literally backwards scrambling down this ravine here. That's the marker, and the next marker is down there. So you can't scale down here. I don't know what these people are thinking. Like, everyone's 25 and a rock climber by the look of it. Like, I literally had to stick my hand into cracks and do like a rock hold like that a bunch of times to get down here. Holy cow. Sometimes you just walk towards a marker and you can't see the next marker. You just put your faith in that the trail and the people that have gone before you know what they're doing and where they've gone. And I still can't see a marker. Oh jeez, just follow what looks like the most trodden path here. Oh, there it is. I can see the path way down in the valley there. Goes down here somewhere, and that's the river we're getting to in probably about 2 hours, I'd say. Even though it's been a hard day of walking first straight up and then scrambling straight down, I'm actually quite excited. We're still in the alpine regions. There's a bit of a creek forming here, which is the one we're going to be camping on tonight. And there's plenty of grasshoppers in the grass here. The ones that the geckos eat. So yeah, I'm hopeful that my dry flies will work here. We are a long way up into the valley and it is a very small stream. So the first thing I've got to do is spot a trout. Ooh, have a look at this. Nice, pretty little water hole. I think the water here is tainted by the, if you have a look at the colour of the rock here, the scree that's coming off the mountains, I think the water is tainted by micro particles of that rock. The river is getting bigger. This one is coming from the left, and the one we just came down is running there. So they join up about here somewhere. And we're back into the forest again. We've been popping in and out of little bits of forest, but I think now we're set into the forest. Look at this boulder. It would have rolled down the hill at some point. And I'm walking into the evening again. This trip has been so much walking and walking and more walking. Got a little bit of sun on the mountain still. There's a big one up ahead. You can't really see it yet. I'll spin you around shortly and I'll have a squiz at it. It's just a big scree, lump of scree. It's pretty high by the look of it. Starting to get dark in here. Just had a look. I'm still 5 kilometers from the hut. So I think what I'll do is I'll stop and like free camp on the side of the river. The only problem is so far I've only seen 2 spots that look even remotely like good camping. Just met a bunch of locals. How many was there? I think there were 5. Going further up. And got a weather report, so tomorrow's going to be fine again. And the next day, like it keeps pushing back a day. Like each time I hear about it, it's like, oh yeah, tomorrow's good, but then the next day, a bit of rain. So it's only forecast for 5 mil. Nothing serious to worry about, but yeah, have a look at this. That is starting to look like fish territory. Even if I go a bit past it and then come back and fish tomorrow. Let's have a look over here. Lots of rocks. Not ideal, but if we can find a spot without too many rocks, I reckon we might have a campsite. It looks like someone else has camped here before. Old fireplace. That looks pretty flat here. Not super flat, but doable. Yeah. Let's see, sun. Yeah, I think the sun's gonna rise over this mountain here. Oh well, we can't have everything. Once again, it's I'm gonna say it's not quite single digits yet, but it's around the 12, 13 degrees. And then occasionally there's a little puff of warm air, which is really pleasant. Okay, I found my spot. Ooh, there's a little side stream. We'll check that out after the tent's up. Camp is set up. Got all my stuff everywhere still. And I had a look at that mountain there. Let's zoom in on it. That is 2,050 meters high. So yeah, over 2 kilometers. And what's that? I think it's close to just under 7,000 feet. So yeah, big mountain. In the backyard, we've got a flowing stream with a little area you can jump on that and fill your water up. I've got my noodles soaking for dinner and heating up a bit of shower water. Someone already had a ring of rocks here, so yeah, little fire, keep the sandflies away, keep me warm. It's nice. So for dinner we're having spaghetti, olive oil, bit of flavouring and leftover possum. There's a fair bit there. So I cooked this on the fire in the cabin last night. I didn't show you because the batteries were playing up. This is going to be a pain. I'm going to do this differently, I think. All my warm clothes on. This is a neck warmer I use as a beanie. Got my night shirt, my fleece and my puffy jacket on because it's getting cold. Don't know if you heard before, but yeah, I cooked that meat in the hut last night and it was probably on the stove for over 2 hours and then it sort of just cooled down overnight. So it actually felt a little bit more tender when I cut it with the knife there. We'll find out very shortly if it is any better because it was tough as old boots last time. Quite a still night. I think the river's far enough away that I can just hear it. A few little birds around. And yeah, that sun's almost gone off the top of that hill. And then it'll get really cold. Well, it's pretty cold now. This is double cooked possum stew. Ideally, yeah, it should be slow cooked for, I reckon, at least 6 hours. Let's see, I don't know which bit was... There was a couple of bits that seemed a little softer. Try that bit there. It's really hot. Not quite as chewy. Still a bit of a workout. See if we can find another bit. There was a couple of bits that I could just tear off with my fingers. Maybe that one's better. I just got another tender bit there. And you could totally pass that off as beef. For some reason, it was the big chunky bit. Like it was yeah, almost like an inch cubed. I don't know where that came from. But, yeah. If you ate that in a restaurant and they said it was beef, you'd believe them. Hey, little bird. I think it's that white-chested fellow again. Yeah. Ha. So, fingers crossed tomorrow is fish day. Yeah, I don't really feel like eating possum again. Actually, there was another guy that just went past just as I was just about to have a shower. And he's like, how far's the next hut? And I'm like, oh, it's like 10 or 15 kilometres. Good luck to him. Anyway, there's actually quite a lot of people hiking out here, which is good to see. Enjoying nature. There was some really spectacular stuff today. Just, yeah. I think a lot of people walk past it. They look at it from one perspective, but if you change your perspective slightly though, there was one spot where I literally walked out off the track about 10 meters, sat down, and the whole scene just completely changed. That was a special moment today. I'll see you in the morning. Hopefully, yeah, there's a bit of sun.
Good morning. That was one heck of a cold night. I was warmer in the snow than I was last night. I don't know why. I've got a feeling I'm losing body fat. I don't have a lot to lose, but yeah, I'm definitely. Let me pinch my stomach. Yeah, there's definitely a lot less fat when I tense my stomach and pinch there than there was when I started the trip. Anyway, if you look at the sleeping bag, my breath has made the top of the sleeping bag all wet, so I'm gonna have to dry that out because it was so cold that when I was breathing outside the sleeping bag, my nose and mouth were like really cold. My arms were always aching from the coldness, and my feet for some reason are all wet as well, so I must be breathing out the bottom of my feet or something, because there's no moisture here. Like, there is no moisture there. It is really quite strange, although now the camera's fogging up for my breath as well. Anyway, I haven't looked outside yet. The sun isn't on the tent. There's definitely moisture. Look at that. It's on the outside of it. Oh, actually, inside, a little bit inside. Oh yeah, there we go. About an hour I'll have sun here. Oh, and there's another New Zealand spider. They move very slowly when it's cold. Look at him go. I saw at least 6 hiking yesterday.
So it seems the rain from 4 or 5 days ago has made all these rivers rise. There's a perfect rock down here. I'll demonstrate exactly how much higher than normal this river is. Come have a look.
This rock here is perfect. So you've got dry spot here, water lapping up to here, and if we look down here, there's an algae line. So let's see, 60 odd mil, maybe, about 60 mil above its normal height.
It's a beautiful day. Look at it. I don't think I've seen no clouds. Haven't seen a cloud today yet. So no real plan today other than try and get a fair distance. And yeah, it's 11:37, 38 at the moment, so really late start. I just wanted to try and dry everything before I went. This has to be the biggest expanse of grass, including some cow paddocks, that I've walked along on this whole trip. And there was a campsite back in those trees, which I'm thinking now, next time I might try camping under trees, because then I won't have so much moisture and maybe there'll be, I don't know, the heat held in a little bit more. Give that a go. And the next hut is 9 hours from here. It is just before midday. Actually, no, it's after midday now. Probably 12:30 or something like that. No way I'm making 9 hours. And yeah, I don't really want to. I want to find a nice fishing spot. But have a look how lovely this area is. It's so cool. Oh. I could totally fly my nano triking here and land. Although I guarantee that would be illegal. Oh, wow, what a spot. I just went to pull my sunglasses out of the backpack and I've discovered, well, I don't know about discovered, but check these out. Look at them. Those red berries there. They look delicious. Let's see if we can get a couple. I have absolutely no idea what they are. Here we go. That actually looks quite edible to me, except for the sting. Let's pop it in the gob and see what it tastes like. Tastes like pomegranate. That is a mild pomegranate flavour. I have no idea what they are. I'm not going to eat more, but I'm going to say they're edible. I'm going to find out what they are and yeah, put it on the screen. This is the best looking spot I've found yet. Nice and slow, plenty of backwater. But I'm not going to start fishing until I see a fish. I've made that mistake before and it just wastes too much time. So yeah, even the little, there's like a little side creek over here. Every time I walk up to one, I jump up, nothing moves. So like I have not seen a fish in the system yet. Here's that little side stream. Just look how ideal this looks. Like right where that marker is. That's the go-to spot, I reckon. I'm watching the river, not where I'm walking. Could end up dangerous. Right here, this is where they should be, in this slower backwater. Not a single movement. Nah. So yeah, we're gonna have to keep walking. So yesterday I found some turds, which I thought were possum, but then I'm like, nah, possums have little pebbly ones. It's these. Pretty sure they're introduced Canadian geese. Mind you, most things in New Zealand are introduced. But yeah, look at them. I just feel the need to capture some of the scenery around here. When I get home, I'll be like, I wish I had filmed more of the high mountains and stuff like that. We don't get this at home. Our highest mountain in Australia is probably as high as that thing there. And these are only small mountains in New Zealand. I've been deliberately not filming because I'm low on all sorts of batteries, but I had to show you this. Check this out. That's the biggest one I've ever seen and probably the nicest looking one. In Germany, that's a Fliegenpilz. And I'm going to say it's a fly death mushroom or toadstool. If you eat that, you're going to hospital or death. But what a beautiful example. Look at it. That is wild. It feels like a farm road, but there's no livestock anywhere. It could be fish and game access, but either way, the long pathway, the Taoiroa, is a long pathway. Just happy about the weather. The weather's been pretty good to me so far. Somehow we got away from the river. About a kilometre that way. We're just walking parallel with it. So yeah, I mean, I still haven't seen a trout. And then I had a look at the map, the Taoiroa Trail app actually. It's really handy. Has a lot of information, very useful information in it. And apparently over this close ridge here, about 2 hours walk away, is Guyon Lake with a hut on it. That'll put me at stopping, I reckon, about 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. Maybe, yeah, could be a little later, could be a little earlier. But yeah, I've got to finish drying out my tent. It was saturated last night. I like the look of this. There's a bridge going over a small stream coming out of the lake. Once again, I still haven't seen a single fish in the big river. It's all shingle bottom. Let's have a look in here. Lots of weed in here. Have a look at this. Looking good in there. We'll get up on the bridge and see if we can spook something. Oh, this does look good. I reckon I'll grab, if there's a space, I'll grab a bunk and then come back down. Yeah, this is my kind of water. I'm liking this. And the lake's just over the edge here. We'll go and run a quick squeeze at that too. Oh, there goes one. There's one. There's one. Oh, I just spooked one. Oh, and another one, smaller one. No idea if I filmed that. There he is still. I just spotted 2 trout, right, like probably, I don't know, 25 minutes from the hut. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, let's go grab a bunk if there's one available and then have a fish. Oh, I haven't run this fast all day. Oh, there's a nice river down here. This is it. I'm really hoping this is it. Oh, so good. So good. And there's the lake. Oh, we'll stop for a second. So nice looking. The hut should be on the left hand side somewhere. That looks pretty good to me. Big mountains in the background. I didn't realise, I just looked at the map again. The hut is 3/4 around the lake. So I've got to go there, drop everything off and come back. I'd rather do that than miss out on a bed. But we may even do some pole riding depending on how things go. I think it's the side detours that make a lot of trips memorable, worthwhile, interesting. Yeah, I've always done well on just getting off the main track and finding those little gems that some people don't even know about that live in that area. And I'm noticing a lot of horse hoof prints on the ground here. It'd be really cool if someone was either here or staying or whatever that rode a horse in. That would be really cool. I don't know, we have this sort of stuff. Maybe in the snowy mountains in Australia we have this sort of stuff. But yeah, to meet someone who rode in on a horse, as they say in the old westerns, would be very cool. We've got another ½ kilometre to go. And I've also noticed a bunch of mountain bike tyre tracks. So this is part of a designated cycle trail. I did that many years ago. I might do it again, who knows. If you're on a bike, you can't do the big passes, but if you're on a bike, you don't have to worry about food so much because you can just ride, 40, 50 k's to a town in an afternoon. I just walked past a spot where people park their horses, and that looks pretty fresh. That's like less than 2 days old. No sign of them here. And there's the hut. We've made it. Whoop, don't step in that. Oh, it's a cute little hut. Oh, more horse doo-doo. All over the place. Anyway, we're good. What a cool little spot. Got your own lake. Oh, that's the fireplace. I thought that was the front door. Where's the front door? There we go. Let's see who's home. Hello. Oh, toasty warm and a pair of pink shoes. So, perfume, and there's another pair of shoes. So either they've forgotten their shoes or they're out exploring. I'm going to grab that bunk there, I think. I figure I've got plenty of time now that I'm at the hut. I'm going to go have a swim in the lake. No soap, just a bit of a scrub. This will be the first time I'm going in New Zealand water. See how cold it is. I imagine it's going to be pretty chilly, but I do need a shower. There's even a little walkway down to the beach for crazy people. Yeah, water drops off real quick here. Oh, and there's a little stream. A little stream coming out here. I'm going to get naked. You don't need to see that. It's going to feel invigorating, I can tell. Okay, let's try this out. Woo! Well, I'll tell you what, it's not that bad, unless it's just my legs that are Not that hot. Oh, that is not too bad. The sandflies are following me into the water. Oh, that is cool. Alright, that's enough for you guys. Oh, that will get cold very quickly. I'm gonna go scrub some bits. That is the cleanest and coolest I've felt in a while. About a week. Oh, that is nice. Oh, dry off. I might put on some long clothes because I can see me exploring for a while here and it's gonna get dark, I reckon. Oh, how nice is this place? Like I said, the little places out of the way is where it's at. Hi-ho, a fishing we shall go. This is my lunch at 5:30 in the afternoon. Walking pretty quick. 1 kilo backpack versus 20 kilo backpack. I feel so much lighter. No wonder it was cold last night. Check this out, I've just spotted snow on the mountains there. Those white bits there, that bit there, that bit there, and all that there. That's all snow still. So the whole time I've been walking, the river's been on my left here. And there's probably 200-300 meters of river frontage that I get to fish. A lot of it'll be like little rapids and unfishable, but we should be able to catch a fish in the distance it takes me to get back to the lake. Oh, feeling good. And we got about half an hour of sunlight before it goes behind the mountain. It's not so easy. That's like a 4 or 5 meter drop. Might go up around to the corner there. Looks like it flattens off a little bit. And to be honest, I should have worn my wet weather pants because they're nylon. And these things, they're what's the word, fleece. Everything's gonna stick to these, so I'm gonna have a mega deburring session later. I think I can drop down here. Okay, focus. Oh, focus, people, focus. I just crashed my way down here. I haven't even set up yet, and I saw a little fish, or maybe a bit bigger than that, being chased by a fish much bigger than that. I hope I wasn't the one that spooked him, but yeah, I'll rig up and show you the first few casts. I think we're going to get something here. Probably try something like a hopper or a royal wolf pattern. Oh, there goes another one. I don't know if that was because I scared it. There's definitely fish like zipping around in here, which is abnormal for trout. They don't usually zip around like that. He was down the bottom here. I just saw it again. It's like that big dominant fish is like chasing all the little fish around the pond. I hope they're that aggressive when they're feeding. A little stream like this, they're usually switched on to anything that comes their way. Oh, that might have been one further up. First cast. Oh, there he goes. Just saw a big bow wave go up the river. Don't know if I spooked him or he's just doing his chasing thing. Oh, there he goes again, downriver. This is crazy behaviour. If only I was down here a couple of hours earlier. Where the fish will be, I can't see into the water. I can see right in front of me here. But that's too shallow and a little bit too fast. They'll be out where those bubble trails are. I'll try anyway. I filmed every other cast. I thought I'll put the camera away for a little bit and find out where the fish are. And I got a take. It was only a small fish and he missed the fly, but I'll spin you around and we'll try that again. Yep, got him. Oh, we got one. We got one. He's in the grass there. Oh, it's a fish though. We got a fish. Let's see, this way. Oh, you're tangled up everywhere. Here he's not too bad either. Let's see if we can yank him out. Oh, no, that's too hard. Hang on. Oh, nice one. I've got line everywhere here. That's a good fish. Nice little fish. Come here. Come here, little fish. Hey. No, I'll just lift you up. There we go. We got a trout. Oh, he's a brown. They look very silver, but that's a fish. Oh, I reckon we'll keep him. Beautiful silver looking fish, and the small mouth indicates to me that it's probably a female. We'll see how we go. Yeah, but that is one nice little fish. Look how golden the head is. Cool. And I should have left the camera rolling. Look at this. It just spat that out. That's like a 60 mil, I don't know, some sort of bottom dwelling fish. Wow, cool. I just thought I'd show you the fly I'm using. It's like a grasshopper pattern. I find grasshopper patterns work really well in areas like this, where you've got like lots of grass right next to a little stream. And especially, yeah, in either summer or end of summer, when there's still a few grasshoppers hopping around. I feel so good. The sun's actually behind the hill now, but yeah, we're gonna get some more fish, I'm pretty sure. And check this out. Did I mention the sandflies were thick? Look at that, that's all sandflies. I've got DEET on and it seems to be working this time. But yeah, a little bit nuts on the sandfly department. Okay, we've run out of river. I didn't see any more fish give themselves away. Just wander along here very, very slowly and see if there's any fish feeding, like a fish, like, you know, a fish giving me a pattern that I can cast in front of. Don't see any feeding at all, to be honest. Oh, that might be one way out. Way out there, there was one, I think. But this is a very cool spot. I kind of wish I had gone further down the creek and had more of the river to fish. I didn't think it'd be so shallow, so quick. There have been a few fish rising out there. I'll see if I can capture one. By the look of it, it's 2 fish going to the left. What's that there? Still, yeah, at least 40 metres out. Oh, there you go. That was a bit closer. At 35. Oh yeah, that's definitely a fish rising there. If they don't rise, you don't know which way they're going. Or where they are, you know. There's no point casting out if you don't know those things. I've got the fish of the trip feeding in front of me and my camera's playing up. Look at this. Where are they? That there. They're like 3 metres, 4 metres from my fly. And the bloody GoPro's shit itself again. Frustrating. Once again, it's a lot darker than it looks. We've got the last little rays of light up on the hills there. The trout are still feeding, but they've kind of moved away from me here. Oh yep, that is definitely a fish. He is 50 metres out. I'll see if it gives me some sort of pattern to work with. Right now, he was 50 metres that way. Way too far for me to go. So I'm like 1.5 kilometres from camp or the hut, and I bet you there's big fish rising right in front of the hut. But you don't walk away from fish to find fish. What an enjoyable evening. Oh, I love those little river trout, and quite often the big lake trout, they always get the better of me, but I'll keep trying. Some of those, the bigger ones, they're like going slurp, 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 and you just can't walk away from that. Fish are still feeding. They'll feed way into the night. That's what they do. But it's getting cold. I reckon it's probably about 12 or 13 Celsius. I've got to start a fire. I still have wet shoes on. Wet shoes and socks. Trout aren't always the best, most exciting fish to catch, but the places you find them in, they sure are special. This still snow on all that mountaintop, all the way along there. That's cool. I just checked. It's just after 8 p.m. That happens in New Zealand when you go fishing, because the fish start feeding so late and the sun goes down so late as well. You get back to your camper, your car, your tent, your hut, like at 8:30 at night. But I like it.
Took a while, but we got the fire going. I tell you what, I wish we had these sort of huts and this system of trails in Australia. This trip has been an eye-opener. It's I think it's only going to open up more travels here. The network of trails, like crisscrossing the country. You can get on the big Tayaroa trail, or you can jump off, go to this lake, go to that river. So next time, if there is a next time, I'll have to do some research and find some rivers that are more fishable than the ones that are just happen to be on the big trail. Anyway, it's, better get some dinner going. It's dark, like really dark now. It's going to be a bit of a late one, I reckon. So I'm going to say it's about 10 o'clock at night. It always takes a bit longer than you think. It is toasty warm in here with the fire going. And the reason I'm doing this by dodgy candlelight is because my phone's got 40% power, GoPro's almost empty, and the power bank is completely flat. Like I drained it to fill the phone up to what I could. So from here, if I stay on the Tayaroa trail, it's going to be 3 days out, and I've got 40% battery on the phone. So, it's a little bit dodgy. Oh, before I get into all that, I've got some noodles, water, olive oil, miso packets, and then the fish. I scaled the fish, gutted it, and then chopped it up into little mid-sized pieces, and just chucked it in the pot and let it cook with the noodles. So that's my dinner. I would really love to stay in this spot at least one more day, but here's the thing. I saw a sign outside that said, I think it was Fowler Pass, and I looked at the logbook there, and about once a month somebody comes through from Fowler's Pass, and on the map I need to get to Hanmar Springs to catch a bus back to civilization. It's a lot shorter. Now the problem is, if my phone runs out, there's nobody on Fowler Passway that can help lend a hand, whatever. I have the EPIRB, I do not want to use that. But the other way, I've still got 3 days of food, so it's not too bad, but it's longer, and I have come off the trail a few times and got lost, so I don't want to do the long way with the phone being flat. And there is one section of Fowler's Pass that looks pretty steep, and if it does look really bad, then I can always turn around and come back and take 4 days to get out and just be hungry. So that's the plan at the minute. If you see this video, I made it out. Did I mention how cold it is outside? I just went and got some firewood, and it is freezing. Like last night in the tent, that was bad. I've got at least 1 or 2 more nights to get out of here. And I hope it doesn't rain and be that cold. That would be interesting.
If you're still here, I've picked out a special video just for you. Check it out.